Let's go for it. My name is Hugh Nissenson. I'm a novelist who has just completed and published a novel illustrated with 47 of my own illustrations called The Song of the Earth. The book's form is eclectic. It is a faux biography, a pretend biography of an artist by the name of John Firth Baker, who in the middle to the latter part of the 21st century is programmed before birth with the genes which will give him a propensity to become a visual artist. What I want the reader to get from these images and the viewer of these pictures to get from these images is powerful emotions. Art is the means by which we convey emotions over the eons to each other. And so what I want to convey above all is emotions, and also a sense of surprise and delight. I really believe that a work of art should delight and surprise people with the unexpected. And I think this book really does that. My favorite work, for complex reasons, is the one behind me over there called The Ground Beneath My Feet. The reason was that I knew that I had a series of images that John Firth Baker had to create. And it was a year after my father had died, on the anniversary of his death. And I went downtown to a favorite drinking hole of mine and had a couple of drinks. And on my way home, as I walked home, very shaken by the memory of his death a year ago and his interment in a cemetery, I somehow had a visual image in my mind of this face coming out of the earth. And I realized as I strolled up 6th Avenue that this was the first in a series of images that I had to create. It's the one that, in a sense, kicked all the others off. It started a process of which I've never experienced before. Johnny saw things spontaneously that I did not imagine, and I simply followed the lead of my subconscious. When Johnny saw them, when he felt an impulse to draw or to paint, so indeed I followed his behest and did what I was told, and therefore the body of work was created. It was an extraordinary adventure in this sense. As Johnny, who is not formally educated in art, learned to draw and to paint and to create collage, so indeed did I. And I thought that was a perfect way for me to express visually and dramatically his own development as an artist. These works are my means of seeing the world through his eyes. And these pictures are my means of allowing the reader and the viewer to penetrate the sensibility of a character. It's, I think, done for the first time in literature that someone has used pictorial images as a characterological function in a narrative. Just as John is obsessed by death and mortality, which in the end is a great inspiration to him in his work, so his sexual feelings, his deepest sexual fantasies, play an important part in his psychosexual development and his development as an artist. It happens that Johnny is gay. Why he is gay, I don't know. He just presented himself to me in that identity, and I followed it. One of the things I learned about making art is that there is an element of fun in it. It's because I'm not a professional artist. I certainly can say that there is no fun whatsoever in writing anything. Johnny doesn't have much fun with his art. He is a human being who is creating compulsively. He has a deep sense of gratification. Once he makes a commitment to becoming an artist, then he realizes that his life's course is determined. That's what he was born to do. I make images with words, generally speaking. I make people see through my prose and my poetry. And also, I make images now that are pictorial images. But that's what writers do. It's what artists do.